Hello again, everyone. So today I am here to do a video response to my friend Melissa. She did her video on her top 5 books to movies that she wants to be made into movies, books that she wants to be made into movies, rather. And I decided to do it since she tagged me, so here I am. I'm also kind of procrastinating on my assignment for tomorrow because I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it, even though it's my last assignment. But I don't want to do it, so I'm procrastinating. Yay! Because, I was supposed to be in a group project for this Spanish assignment, this conversation assignment, but my group sucked. Absolutely sucked. None of them did any work. None of them called me, and we didn't meet up anywhere. They were dead weight, so I have to do a thing on my own. Yay! Okay. So, yeah, I'm procrastinating on that because I don't want to do it, because I'm just pissed off. So, anyway, here are my top 5 books to movies that I would love to be made into movies someday. These are books that I haven't talked about before because yesterday I talked about, or I don't know when this video is going up, so the last video I talked about my favorite books, and these are books that I loved that aren't really on my top 7 or anything, so yeah, books that you haven't seen before in a while. My first book that I would love to be made into a movie is Breeding Ground by Sarah Pinborough. And I know not a lot of people have read this book, probably. Maybe if you live in the UK, since Sarah is from the UK. I think she's from Milton Keyes. So yeah, it's a good book. It's basically about giant spiders that take over the world. They breed inside the bodies of females, and so instead of having a baby, the mother will have the fetus of the child, and then she'll give birth to the spider. And that's pretty disgusting, but creepy and awesome at the same time. And this cover is kind of cool, kind of cheesy, I guess, because he's screaming, and it's like, oh my god, what the hell. But yeah, it's a really good book. I want to reread it. And there's a sequel to this out called Feeding Ground that I need to read that came out 4 years ago, and I still haven't read it yet. So yeah, I love this book. Definitely recommend you pick it up. It's not very long. It's 320 pages or something. So yeah, it's really good. Oh, but I want to mention, I would not want this to be a sci-fi movie because I hate those stupid Sci-Fi Channel movies. Some of them are okay, but most of them just suck. So I would love it if Steven Spielberg got the rights to this music, but I doubt he will because, yeah, I don't think he'd care much, honestly. The next book I'd love to be made into a movie is called Dead End by Jason Myers. And the reason this would make an amazing movie is because it reads like a movie. It is so fast-paced. You cannot put this book down. The words are just so small, too. There's not many words on the page. I flew through this book. This is one of the only books I absolutely flew through. And each chapter is 5 pages. It's so fast-paced. And you need to know what happens at the end. It is just so good. And I would love to see a movie of this. It would be so great. It's a very good, dark fiction novel, so the movie will be very dark, I hope. I hope they don't sugarcoat it, because that's the reason why I love this book so much. It's not sugarcoated, it is raw, it is real, it is dark, it is disgusting, and it will make you, question everything about love and people and just, it's so sick and it's so good, but it's so just crazy and twisted. But it's a really great book. Very highly recommended, and I would love to see a movie of this. It would be awesome. I'm honestly not sure what actors I would love to play these characters, though. I totally don't know at all. I think, what was the guy, Bradley, I think. I forget what his first name was. It's not Bo. It's his father. I don't remember what his name was at all. I can't think. Curtis Alderson, I'm sorry. That's what it was. Curtis Alderson. Who was I thinking? Bo Bradley. I'm wearing that shirt right now. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Sorry, I'm way off topic right now. I don't know what actors I would pick, actually. I'm just gonna move on. The next book that I would love to be made into a movie, this would make an amazing movie, and it's so underrated. I want people to read this book. It is so good. I don't talk about it enough. And that's Sing Me to Sleep by Angela Morrison. This is a book that's loosely based on Beauty and the Beast. Very loosely. It's very much its own story, of course. It's about a girl who is ugly, and she has very low self-esteem issues, but she also is a singer in a choir, and she has a beautiful voice, and they end up going to I forget what country they went to. They go to Europe, I think, for a choir competition, and there she meets a boy, and the boy, I forget his name already, I need to reread this book. His name, I can't remember at all. Derek, I think, actually? Yeah, it's Derek. And Derek is just so sweet, and so wonderful, and he loves Beth for her, and it's so, so cute, but it also rips my heart out. So, I love this book to death. It is so underrated, and it would make such a beautiful movie. You don't even know. I would love to see this into a movie. Like, oh my god, it would be beautiful. The next book I'd love to make into a movie is Nicholas Dane by Melvin Burgess. Much like Dead End, this book is very, very raw, very dark, very twisted and crazy. It was very hard to put down. It's basically about a boy named Nicholas Dane, and his mother dies, and he's basically an orphan now, and so he's sent to this orphanage for, obviously, orphans. That was totally redundant. But he's sent to an orphanage, and there he meets Tony Creel, who is the most sickest, twisted, disgusting old man you have ever read about. He is so sick. Oh my god. And I think Melissa and I both talked about this a couple years ago. I think we've done this like in a tag or something before or something. We talked about this would be a good movie. And we also talked about how Tim Curry would make a great Tony Creel, because Tim Curry is just twisted. Well, he's not him. I'm sure he's a fine person in general, but he plays twisted characters very well, so I think he'd be a great Tony Creel. And yeah, he would be awesome. But this book is so disgusting, disturbing, and amazing at the same time. It's great. And the last book I would love to be made into a movie, because this book is so, so good, and I want to reread it because it's just so great, is Nevermore by Crilly Cray. And this book is like the best paranormal romance I've ever read. It's about a girl named Isabel, and Isabel is like this cheerleader. She's a very popular girl, and she kind of has these really bad friends, and she ends up meeting a guy named Varen, and Varen is this goth boy. He's very dark and stoic, and he's not very talkative much, but they end up getting paired up in a science project. I believe it was a science project. No, it wasn't. It was an English project, I'm sorry. And so they get paired up for that project, and they have to kind of work with each other, and then it kind of takes a paranormal twist that you're not expecting, and it has elements of Edgar Allan Poe, which is like the best thing in the world. I love Edgar Allan Poe, if you didn't know. This book is just so amazing, and it is so surprising, because if you've read like any paranormal romance novel, it's like the same recycled plot over and over and over again, and this is just a breath of fresh air. It is so good, and I'm so glad I read it, and I need to read the sequel still, but I think I'm going to reread this because it's been a while. But it's so good, and this would make a great movie. It would be so, so awesome. I wish I could think of like actors to put the faces of these characters for, but I can't even think, except for, I already had a brain fart. I don't know what I was talking about at all. Except for Tim Curry, but I don't know who would be in this movie at all. I really don't. I can't think at all. I can't think. I don't know. I don't pay attention to new actors nowadays, unless it's like a British comedy. I don't care. Anyway, that is my top 5 books to movies adaptations tag. I'm going to tag 2 people. I want to tag Holly from Book Orgasms. I don't think that's her name. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. I don't know. Her channel's in the description. I want to tag her, and I'll also tag Jacob. His channel will be down there as well. I want you guys to do this tag, so you should totally do it. And yeah, that'll be fun. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you guys next time.